And we're recording. Okay.
Hello and welcome to Goldwing's Black Skies. The continuing adventures of Tiki Flight in the world of Tachyon Squadron. Around the table we have Megan.
Hey everyone, this is Megan. I'm playing Commander Micah Drexler, a veteran pilot that has a second chance.
Mike. Rob. And John. All right. Last time, most of you were hurt in some way, trying to and successfully thwarting a coup within the Shinsōmizu clan hierarchy. Uh-oh.
Okay, let's see.
By season 2, if/when this show gets renewed, we'll have all of these issues figured out.
Why do you say something just so
What's that?
I just need to see a signal so I know if someone's talking. Gosh. Okay. Let's just add another audio stream.
Test, test, test.
All right. Hopefully they should hear us now.
That's good.
Oh, I did hear myself say test, test, test.
All right.
And I heard John say that's good.
Okay.
I guess I should also test that I get through as well.
Okay. So, having successfully thwarted a...
Can you do the intro again so
Okay.
that people can hear it?
All right. Hello and welcome to another episode of Goldwing's Black Skies. The continuing adventures of Tiki Flight. Around the table we have Megan.
Hey everyone, this is Megan. I'm playing Commander Micah Drexler, a veteran pilot who has a second chance.
Mike.
Hi everyone, I'm Mike, and I'm playing Barry Catfish Namazuko, a smarmy space bastard with the devil's own luck. I use he/him pronouns for both of us.
Rob.
Hi, I'm Rob. He, him pronouns. I'm playing Lucette Zombie Forrester. She's a renegade cop who plays by her own rules and uses she, her pronouns.
And John.
Hi, I'm John. I'm playing Mahao Mahai, a skilled pilot that fights for his family's honor. Uses he, him pronouns.
All right. So last time in your long and storied careers as members of the Draconis Volunteer Group, by which I mean, what, like a week? You managed to stumble into and thwart a coup attempt on the Shinsōmizu Trade Council, which now has a couple of openings.
You're welcome, Mai Tai.
Some of them have many openings.
Oh, heyo.
Rob gets a fate point.
Yes.
What? You would have took one from me if I had said that.
Yeah, well,
Acer loves Rob the most.
Yep.
It's more in character for Zombie to say it though.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh yeah. Catfish did save one of Mai Tai's moms.
Yes. So some of you were fine afterwards, and some of you were less fine afterwards.
I am not fine.
I'm doing pretty good.
The closing act of the coup was a brutal pacification of anyone who did not, realize that the fight was over by a barrage of tripod-mounted heavy blaster fire. And some of you, sort of were traitor adjacent at the time. But you are heroes.
We
I was
all
only
live.
traitor adjacent because I grabbed a traitor to keep myself being hit by a tripod.
Yeah, I mean, we were only standing near traitors, right? We weren't actually
Yeah.
betraying anyone important.
Yeah, there was no guilt by association, just by,
Proximity.
damage by proximity.
Mm-hmm.
So you are transferred in due course to Draconis Station's sickbay. You do spend a couple of days recovering. Does anyone have any serious wounds or actual consequences to deal with?
I have a mild.
Okay.
Yeah. I had a mild that was originally flash burned, but I have changed it to bandaged and medicated for the downgrading of consequence chart dealy to show that we did go to the hospital. So it'll clear whenever it's supposed to clear.
Wait. So with the time that you are down for the count, your mild consequences are cleared through, competent care by sickbay staff.
Hooray!
Thank you, sickbay.
Thick babe. Sorry, I watched British TV far too much. Especially parody info shows like Look Around You. What shall we do, dear DM or ST or whomever, with our physical stress?
That you will have to take care of through discipline checks or your decompression.
Okay, I should get discipline one of these days.
All right, so who wants to go first?
Oh, I do.
All right, so this discipline check will be made as you are sitting or lying or perhaps in traction in your sickbay berth. Tell me what you're thinking of as you try to pull yourself back together.
I'm thinking of the folk back home, which is namely my mother, and that she'd be so proud of me that I keep doing like heroic, selfless things and not being a corporate goon. But also that I kind of need to get off my butt because there is still a criminal element around that I'm supposed to be catching.
All
Get
right.
there.
So what's that roll?
Rolling at a +1. And that is a 1.
Wow. All right.
2 pluses and 2 minuses.
How much stress do you have?
Assuming my character sheet is accurate, I have 4.
All right. So that is not enough. With my humanities degree, I am able to ascertain that 1 is not greater than 4. So
I think you're correct.
what we're going to have to do then is you're going to have to make a choice. Will you be paying me a fate point, or will you be taking a fate point?
Oh, I will pay you my new extra fate point.
Very good. So, how do you engage in positive decompression?
She reads. She's a big reader. Not a lot of people know that. It's probably the thing that the rest of the group is just kind of finding out now while they're in this extended hospital stay. That she reads a lot of old warrior philosophy and warrior poets and things like that. She has this very sort of like quixotic nature.
You read Sun Tzu's The Art of War, and then Zap Brannigan's Big Book of War.
Fittingly, the aspect is called Art of War.
Who wants to go next?
Sure, because I am going to be largely in the same kind of boat. Because I too have 4 physical stress checked. The difference is that my discipline is 0.
Did we all dump discipline, or is Mai Tai actually have discipline?
Oh, I have discipline.
I do too.
All right, so just the scurrilous half of the party. This
Part
makes
of me
sense.
wasn't like, I want to be in command.
This makes sense.
Okay. That's not so bad. It's not the best because 2 is still less than 4. But
These solid math skills, we're on it.
yeah,
Got
but
this.
it does make the fate point economy a bit easier because it's, I suppose, Acer, the difference between me spending a fate point to boost the discipline check to 4, or me just paying you a fate point to decompress safely.
Yep. So, how do you decompress safely?
I am going to decompress safely, I think, by either, since I have extensive burns across my entire back, I'm probably not supposed to move or work out too much. So he's probably going to be, for the part where he's largely bedridden, he's probably going to be dicking around on a computer slab, playing a flight sim or a old fighting game or something like that, just to keep his piloting skills up. He's also probably going to be experiencing extreme catharsis by speaking in depth with the local police or the MPs or whomever, to fill in as much as he can about the people that he knew and recognized for Joe Freeman. Pinning it all on Carlisle as much as possible, because fuck that guy. He is the reason why we're in this trouble to begin with. And I'll be fucked if, sorry, in nice surroundings, don't swear in a hospital, or is that don't swear in a church? I can never remember or care. I'll be buggered if he gets away scot-free from this. Both Carlisle and Freeman. He will not be living up to his name.
Wow.
Scott Freeman.
Did you twirl your mustache?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tie him to the railway tracks.
All right. How about Mai Tai?
I'm gonna wake up, stretch, and then go on a jog because I didn't take any stress or consequences. I feel pretty good. I mean, I lost my brother. That hurts.
You took emotional
It hurt
stress.
him more.
I had my moment, a silent moment, and then I went back to doing what I do every day. I did try to convince my moms that it wasn't safe on the station, and then I was without being told directly, I was told to shut the fuck up in very passive terms. It was more like a half eyebrow, or she stared at me 1 second too long, and I looked away, and I realized my place, and then I never brought the topic up again.
Well, they have so many competent soldiers around to protect them. They couldn't possibly be in any real danger.
Ouch.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
That is what I believe now that I've been put in my place.
Would there be any negative consequences for Barry for being essentially an unwashed commoner outsider, tackling one of your moms to the ground, even to save her?
Because you were made my second, and I'm completely making this up as we're going, so don't feel as though that this was all written down somewhere. Because you were a second, you were temporarily placed in a position of higher enough respect that you would not suffer any consequences for your actions.
Mai Tai, however, would.
Yes, he would.
You vouch for this cretin.
Yep.
And what about
'Cause-
Hydra?
Hmm.
What about Hydra?
Hydra got shot in the arm, I believe, or stabbed in the arm. She took some damage to her arm, so she's just getting that stitched up in the hospital. I do have 2 stress checked off.
All right. Would you like to make a discipline check to see if you can alleviate that stress?
I would. Oh man, I'm so close. I got a +1.
All right. Well, you could, spend a fate point and just make that a +3 and clear it all away.
Or I can spend a fate point and use my decompression of spending time with Callie.
Yep.
Which I would rather do.
All right. So,
Unfortunately, she's away doing botany on Bejor.
No.
You beat me to it.
upon hearing of your injury and your heroism, she flew back as quickly as possible to help you in recovering in any way she could.
All right. Well, when she arrives, I am eating hospital pudding. How good is it? Is it good hospital pudding?
It's great hospital pudding.
Okay, great. Banana.
Only the best hospital pudding here.
Yes.
Notice you can't say it without the words hospital pudding that's in.
That's a qualifier.
It's all relative.
It's great hospital pudding.
Right.
Is it great pudding, though?
No, that would be a lie. A bold-faced lie.
Half of the cooking staff thought that it was supposed to be an English pudding. The other half thought that it was supposed to be an American pudding, and it somehow worked out.
It's edible.
It's a pudding, question mark. As
No
long
one
as
died.
It's not like a black pudding.
And it's not an ochre jelly, so we have that going for us.
So,
That's the next section.
you might have a little twinge of something that might be satisfaction that she feels bad that she left you.
I'm not going to express that to her. I'm not stupid. There's no "I told you so" in this relationship. That just spells certain doom.
That's poor communication.
Yeah, it is poor communication. And as Callie and I have discussed many times, communication is key.
So you get a week off after, you're let out of sickbay. And
So we spent half of our time in Tachyon Squadron and sickbay so far.
Better sick bay than the morgue.
Indeed.
I will have stopped by. And
To say hi
because,
to us.
yeah, I would say hi and to show my regard to Catfish for saving my mom. He's a person that other people can understand why I trust implicitly. He's done nothing but been to my benefit since meeting.
Lucette is quietly offended because she also got like several blaster rounds defending one of your moms and does not get any credit.
Oh no.
well, such is the life of corporate security.
Although he would go make the rounds for everyone who helped. There's this particular reason. Because of course he was my second for the duel. I'm heaping way more praise onto him than onto Zombie.
Catfish is extremely uncomfortable with that.
Everyone gets chocolate, but Catfish's box is bigger.
Oh. He gets the truffles.
So
He gets the box that's filled with the orange and the strawberry filled ones, but joke's on them. Yeah, Catfish actually likes those. Ha ha.
it's the masochist in him. So on your first day back on the duty roster, you all get a summons to the Admiral's office.
All right, I guess I will put on my my corporate-esque nice clothes again. I got the one set of nice clothes they're gonna get real familiar with.
Catfish has been suitably briefed by Mai Tai on the proper way to have his sweet ass katana belted to match Mai Tai's style.
Yes, I have one of those what's the measuring thing with the little bubble in it?
A level?
Well, yeah, I have a level to make sure it's at precisely the right angle.
And it's not like the one on your phone, it's an actual level.
Yeah, it's the actual level. It's been passed down from my family.
an artisanal hand scrimshawed level.
Yep. It was made from one of the last wells because it can trace all the way back to Earth.
Wow. Ouch. Okay. So Admiral Harris is waiting for you. There's coffee and tea.
Brandy?
Coffee,
No
tea.
brandy this time.
Oh.
The security chief, James Dubois, is also present, as is your squadron commander.
That's Magnet, right?
What's that?
Was
No,
that Magnet?
Skipper Karen.
Ah,
Magnet is the XO.
okay. We established she's attractive. That's why I had to ask.
So Admiral Harris is clearly the one who's going to be running this briefing. The other two are kind of just there because they have to be for propriety's sake.
This sounds familiar.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've done a good job. I'm sorry I couldn't have made my approval more public, but circumstances continue to be a bit clouded. I'm not sure if you're aware, but Mr. Freeman is nowhere to be found.
That's going to hinder our investigation quite a bit.
Were you, pardon for speaking out of turn, ma'am, but were you able to find Carlisle?
Yes, actually. Carlisle was detained while sitting at the departure terminal, waiting for a system ship out to Asami.
So can we assume Freeman has also left the station?
That is quite likely. Or at least he's crawled into a hole and pulled it in after himself. In any event, our investigation continues at a pace. Our forensic investigators, that is to say, Chief Dubois' forensic investigators, have been hard at work trying to find any scrap of information in that freighter's computers. And, unfortunately, have come up empty. What we do have is some... What was that?
Car horns somewhere.
That was on my end.
What we do have are some fragments of navigational data that our astrogation people have managed to pull out of the traffic control system. It appears that that freighter last touched port on Draconis itself.
Any way to track it back to a particular port?
Yes, actually, we've managed to localize it to one of 3 starports in the northern hemisphere. It appears to be we seem to have been able to localize it to one of 3 starport facilities north of the capital. All of which are used primarily by corporate shippers.
Do we know anything about these 3 ports beyond that?
They're small cargo handling facilities that are placed to deliver or receive materials from mineral deposits that are richer than those that can be obtained in the excuse me. They were established to provide easy transport of rare earth elements that are hard to get even in the asteroid mining enterprises. The biggest of the facilities is owned by Fullerton Mining, an interstellar that operated prior to the system gaining independence.
Acer,
Yes.
would Barry know anything about from a shady past what port may be most likely that Freeman or the freighter would have been going to from his smuggler background?
Yes.
Okay, I will fill them in on that because Barry is going whole hog into the past is dead. I'm turning over a new leaf. Best way to do that is to burn any bridges I had with the old guys because look at what happened to me after I tried to extend an olive branch. Fuck them.
So Fullerton is a sort of transstellar corporation that, as far as you can determine, has no sense of corporate ethics. They did business with Draconis while it was under Dominion rule. They've, as far as you've heard, paid off pirates to leave their shipments alone and maybe bother someone else's. But
Their
go on.
competitors, or
Yes.
just anyone else?
Well, the rumors get kind of murky there. Some people say that they've actually out and out hired mercenaries to take out their competition, but those people don't like to speak up too loudly.
And on this note, I would like to ask what I would know, considering we're dealing with shady corporate ethics.
You have actually been on both sides of this particular coin. You've protected their competitors from pirates that seemed really keen on doing lots of damage without much in the way of monetary compensation. And you've also occasionally received a briefing to attack a target by Fullerton corporate operatives that they told you was like a smuggler or pirate base, but seemed to have a lot of actual corporate registered traffic in the area at the time when your ships went in.
The thin, fun line between pirates and privateers.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably a similar type operation that eventually convinced Lucette to get out of that gig.
Yeah, it's a real cutthroat industry.
Perhaps if there caused this much issue, we need to place someone you can trust, over the operation.
Well, we're engaging in a little force reorganization.
And that's where we come in?
Yes, the skipper has been kind enough to loan a couple flights to the Draconis Navy for some training exercises. As we won't be able to stage out of the Draconis Navy facilities for obvious reasons, we wouldn't want them knowing when the attacks would happen. We'll be contracting with some nearby landing facilities to stage some of our fighters for aggressor work.
I don't suppose we're bringing that captured flight of gators.
I'm sure Toad would love some practice.
They would never expect it.
Well, he's been busy enough with those gators. He's been playing aggressor full time these last couple of weeks.
Oh.
Yes, he drew this detail long before you did. But it will be a useful cover for what we actually want you doing down there.
That is.
We'd like you to investigate the Fullerton complex more closely. You have demonstrated that you all possess certain skills and experience that would be valuable in this intelligence effort.
Yeah, lucky for you, we are all first-rate investigators.
Well, I can't argue with results, can I?
Of course not.
Barry looks like he's about to say something and then thinks better of it and just keeps his mouth shut.
Yeah, my house, like we have a plan. We need to eliminate the problem. So he's done talking.
So just be aware, Hydra, you will actually be flying aggressor missions for the new Draconis Navy fighter squadrons. You'll just have to squeeze in some R&R in the town.
I'm sure we can manage that, ma'am.
All right, so you will be deploying along with a ground support element. You will have the proper channels to communicate your findings or any requests for support. Any questions?
Just mild logistics issues. Are we, for these aggressor missions, are we going to be using like paint rockets and the like to show when we've scored a hit, or is it going to be like laser lock counting as a hit? Or I haven't done this end of things before myself.
Your fighters will be equipped with training modules that will record your gun camera. You simply will need to safe your weapons and fire them in training mode. Please do not shoot down any of the recruits.
Gotcha. And that'll make sure that our teeth aren't pulled in case we actually do need to do anything at the Fullerton complex and our ships.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
When do we leave?
The shuttle is fueling right now. I want you to be wheels up in 30 minutes.
Who there's going to be aware of what we're doing?
What's that?
Who at Fullerton is going to be aware of what we're doing?
As far as anyone at the Fullerton Starport complex is aware, you are exactly what you appear to be.
All right.
There is a Draconis system constabulary on site, but they probably don't have the hardware or training to stand up to Fullerton's corporate security.
How or would you like us to report in our findings?
They give you a encrypted. They give you encrypted communications gear.
That is very useful.
A secure Dropbox link.
No, this is the future. We're using Box. We finally took over.
It's got two-factor authentication.
All right. Does anyone want to do anything, procure anything, say anything before you leave the station?
Oh, I'm checking out my ship because I want to make sure that the safety lock is working, because I would hate for it to be stuck in training mode if something actually happened. I'm less concerned about shooting down people who didn't know how to get their jet out of the way, but want to make sure it's all functioning.
Give me a technology roll.
Two.
You're pretty sure it works.
All right.
I'm going to roll rapport. So I'm going to check in with the ground crew of my ship to see if there's been any like ill feelings or if Carlisle poisoned the well, so to speak,
All right.
and ask them to double check things just in case any bad nasty things had been left over, because he's paranoid because Carlisle was on his ground crew apparently, and if he's trying to skip town, then I wouldn't put it past him to try to leave Barry a bit of a going away surprise and the extra storage in his ship or anything like that.
All right.
So rolling rapport to kind of convince them that it'll be worth their while, that they'll have to do this extra work or what have you. Oh, that's not a great roll. It's a good roll. +3.
All right. Let's see. The devil's own luck.
Smarmy space bastard. I don't have to be the devil doesn't have to come into this, Acer.
All right. You luck out because he did try to frame you. He put something in the extra cargo compartment that's on your ship. Your crew found out, and all they want is a cut.
Oh. So it's the kind of thing where we'll keep quiet about the stuff that was in there as long as we get a piece of it?
Yes.
What was in there?
You give me a fate point, and you can tell me what it is, and you can have access to that. Or I'll give you a fate point and tell you what it is, and it will bite you in the ass later.
Oh, no. I don't want to be down to one fate point already. Ooh,
It's just a mountain of blow.
yeah, it's... Can we split the difference and say, look, as long whatever was in there, just leave me out of it for now. Just, I don't need a cut. It wasn't mine. I'm trying to stay clean for at least a while, guys. Like,
all right.
And they're probably happy because it's like, oh shit, we got all of it. Nice.
So 50,000 credits disappear.
I would.
And it can't be traced to Catfish because he didn't have anything to do with it.
Yep.
I'll take that as a win.
I would like to acquire a sword cane because Micah does not feel very comfortable shooting guns.
Okay.
But she doesn't want to walk around with her I don't even know what it's called. Regimental sword. Is that what it's called?
An officer's
Dress
saber.
sword. Officer's saber. She doesn't want to walk around with that in Fullerton because that looks suspicious.
Just a little.
So, sword cane.
Okay. So give me a rapport roll.
All right. I can probably do this. As long as my dice don't heat me. Wow, they really don't hate me. +6.
Nice.
Do you want it to be a laser sword cane?
Oh yeah, that sounds awesome. Laser sword cane. Add that to my list.
Nice.
Weapon +1.
All I want to do before we leave, I'm going to wire some money home to my mommy. Because this is a thing I do. Send money home. And I'm going to check in with my favorite mechanic, Archie. And just to make sure that my ship actually got fixed after last time. Because I was still running around with some shield rating down.
Can Archie
He had
please be
a
redhead?
couple. He's had a week or so to fix it.
Okay. Give me that rapport roll.
Okay.
Megan, I like to believe that he doesn't have red hair, but he does have a weird cloth crown that he wears.
That is a 4.
All right.
Works.
Your ship is good as new.
Huzzah! That's why he's my favorite. And he's completely bald, by the way. So he could be a ginger, and we'll never know.
No one knows.
Well, he has eyebrows, right?
Does he? Just Mr. Clean. Just
No one's investigated further.
we'll get there.
They keep
He's
on
my favorite
mysteriously
mechanic.
off.
They even found some rockets to load into your module bays.
Ooh.
Yeah, we don't know where these vortex missiles came from, but
They fell
Oh,
off a
no.
space truck.
Putting rockets in my module bays now. We just met, Archie.
All right.
And we can't follow lure jokes up with putting rockets in my module bay.
yeah, I'm trying to keep a hold of the fate points that I have. I'm not going to make any jokes about the color of the rockets or anything.
All right. So the flight down from orbit is uneventful. There is a lot of traffic in low Draconis orbit, and there's a lot of atmospheric stuff just cruising around. The planet is very prosperous, and people, generally speaking, are just trying to go about their lives and not think about any concerns that go beyond the system's boundaries. The Galactic War is something that's still probably felt in people's lives every day, but life goes on. The starport facility is unremarkable. It's something that you all have seen in front of most every conceivable backdrop. It has a couple of large pads for supporting heavy lift shuttles and smaller freighters. There's an alert facility where rescue shuttles and fighter craft can be kept at sort of a ready alert status, where the pilots sit nearby, ready to take off at a moment's notice. Right now, there's a search and rescue flyer sort of parked there by itself. There's plenty of room for all of your fighters, though, and that's where you end up being directed as you taxi in for your final approach to the facility itself. There are several wide roads that travel or that lead to the mining facilities themselves. It looks like the mining is occurring under the, well, what seems like fairly stringent ecological preservation standards. They're not strip mining.
Mm.
They are boring tunnels with equipment that seems like it's connected to like ground penetrating radar, and very sophisticated sorts of magnetometers and other sensors to find the exact deposits they want, and then they're boring very focused passages to it and sending in robotic mining equipment, just sucking up what they want. It's kind of like the mining equivalent of like endoscopic surgery. Lucette and Barry, though, do know that on planets where they can get away with it, Fullerton will just blow up the mountain and vacuum up what they want.
Mm. So it's when people are paying attention, they'll do it careful, take the time and money to do it carefully. But left to their own devices, they'll go like, needed a new parking lot anyway. Vroom.
Yeah.
No one will miss that mountain.
They will meet the minimum requirements to meet standards.
So they're a corporation.
Yeah.
But what you find is a relatively normal setting in every respect. There are corporate towns, basically, that support the miners and the Starport employees, and you are quartered in a hotel on Main Street in the lovely little town of Fullerton Junction.
How many stars does this hotel have?
What?
How many stars does the hotel have?
3.
Out of
4.
okay.
What's the name of the hotel?
The Fullerton.
What street is it on?
Fullerton Street.
Oh, good. It's
But
not-
wait. It was on Main Street, though.
It's a cross street.
Ah, true.
Is there a breakfast buffet?
No, there is a sit-down breakfast.
Is it complimentary though?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, it's full service.
The most important question, though, what's the room? Did they just splurge, get us all our own rooms, or?
You got a suite.
Sweet.
But someone's got to sleep on the pull-out bed.
It's catfish.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Catfish is like, wait, I actually get a bed? Nice. I mean, for like group bunking like this, I'm used to like either having the bathtub or the floor. So yeah, a hide a bed is fine.
Glad that's settled.
All right.
I checked the room for bugs.
There are none. Either of the Tradecraft kind or the entomological kind?
Good, because I was checking for both.
I get the black light out. No.
Still don't want to do that.
Nope.
Just don't do that for your own mental health.
It's not going to help anyway.
Especially
My
not the
God,
couch.
it's filled with stars.
Especially not the couch.
Oh. All right. Everybody give me a pilot roll.
Okay. Gonna pilot this hide-a-bed into sleep.
Oh no.
My dice are decidedly neutral on that bad joke because I got 2 pluses and 2 minuses. So good, +3.
Hey, Megan, can you hand me a set of the plastic fate dice?
Yeah. I can give you these ones because they roll like crap.
Oh.
I got +5.
I will be back in 1 second. Someone is knocking on the door, despite the sign that says recording. Ruh-roh. Muting.
Wow, these things do roll like crap.
Haha.
I have a +0. I was just rolling my dice for like the last 3 minutes. And I think I got positive like 5 times out of like the 30 or 40 times I rolled them.
Here, I'll give you the ones that match the...
Yeah, just to keep the trend going, that John and I have rolled the same now. I've also rolled a 0.
Wait, never mind, Megan. These just rolled 4s.
No, I'm replacing them with these ones.
Megan, what did you get?
A 5.
Okay.
Megan, the Twitch did a weird thing.
Oh no, what did it do?
John is now
It
catfish.
switched. I'll fix it. Here, try these ones. They match the fate token. Alright.
Rob, what did you get?
I got the same as John. A goose egg.
Wow.
Yeah. I guess I'm playing catfish for the rest of the night.
No, I'm fixing it.
I'm not sure how it saw, it just blinked and they just traded places.
It's Zoom's fault because what you do is you capture a certain part of the Zoom window. And so when it moves you in Zoom, it moves you on my thing.
Oh, and what did Barry get?
3?
Yeah, he got 3.
He got his dice washed and he had a +3.
This is actually bad for all of you.
Hooray! I got back just in time to hear that it's going to be bad for everyone.
For that first round, you guys go up for your dogfight, and you are bounced by Toad.
No.
Ooh.
I thought you were going to say we went up against actual dogs and we still lost.
That's actually what happened. He is quite the dog. But yeah, you guys were outmaneuvered.
My pride hurts.
Oh, and they're in gators also.
Yeah.
This is embarrassing. We need to be better, guys.
I mean,
if I
Catfish
knew,
is going to say, like, man, I mean, at least he's showing everyone what those things can do, and it's making me feel better about making sure that they joined in and everything.
if I knew we were going against Toad, I would have rolled better.
I think that's the problem, is you guys were expecting to go up against a couple of rookies. But
well, I thought a good result was a good result.
yeah, except that he rolled 5 for you.
Ooh, so even if I had spent, it would have just been a tie.
What, Megan?
What did he roll against me?
6.
Damn it.
Yeah, so it looks like he picked like his 3 accomplices from Tachyon Squadron to be his training cadre, and they used the rest of their trainees as bait, and then jumped you. So that that kind of smarts.
Catfish is thinking, "Oh man, they used my move against me."
All right. So you are now sitting on the 6th floor of the Fullerton, looking down on the corner of Fullerton and Main.
That's some
I'm
good
real
world building
mad.
you did.
Yeah.
Real mad.
And the city is basically, well, it's a largish town, smallish city. Is in the middle of what passes for nightlife. There are people walking around, going out to dinner, but it's a place where most of these people are. They're here for as long as they have to be here.
And since most of the mining is done by robots, there aren't even people with charming old-time prospector voices.
No, they're all boring engineer types. Aiming right at you, Mike.
Yep, I resemble that statement.
And not only are they boring engineers,
They're
Oh.
boring
boring.
engineers. Hey.
I walked into that one.
Like every time you said that the tunnels were boring, and I was like, oh, they're boring tunnels. I was like, oh no, we're gonna get a boring joke.
And you brought it.
Yeah.
See, this is what happens when I'm good. I just have rubbed off on everyone else so much that it happens anyway.
So what would you guys like to do to investigate this operation?
Drink heavily.
That's a plan.
I'm feeling real bad about the training operation.
Yeah,
That's plan A. This one has a better suggestion. I guess we could try finding boring engineers to drink with.
I mean, I might talk to engineers. Like, it's from my perspective, what are the chances we're going to run into Friedman here?
Low.
Okay, so I'm like my level of interest in like talking to like engineers and is low, so I'm just gonna follow Hydra until I get instructed to do something.
All right, Hydra. You've heard this plan. Go find a place to drink.
I think it's a good plan.
Okay. Give me notice or empathy rolls.
Okay. Come on, dice, don't fail me now.
I got a 1.
My dice are super neutral today. That's a good +3.
That's -1.
Am I overcoming or?
Yeah, it's overcome.
All right.
Ooh, would my danger sense kick in for this at all?
No.
Lie detector?
No.
Oh wait, no, that's only empathy. Never mind.
I'm gonna spend a fate point to re-roll that because I would love to get a positive roll sometime this session. Hey, that is a 3.
All right. Lucette and Barry both find drinking establishments that appear to be frequented by folks they'll get along with, let's say. Barry, you find the most roughneck of the engineers. The ones that actually go down into the tunnels.
Hmm.
I assume that from your childhood, you probably knew people like this.
Yep. And in fact, one of Barry's sisters is someone that would be like this.
Service tech.
Engineer that actually cares about what's happening on the front line and wants to make sure that things are actually working well.
So they are. When you come in, it looks like you have come in during the course of a wake.
Ooh. Is this so is this a sad wake or a Newfoundland happy wake?
It started happy, drifted down towards sad, and is on its way back up to happy.
Okay, so it's in the upswing part where people have started to get a bit maudlin and realize that they wouldn't be with their friend anymore, but now the toasts to their memory are kicking back up again.
Yeah. Also, like all of the killjoys have left.
The dead or the grieving spouse.
The weeping father.
The people that were adamant that no, you can't keep the body in the cold storage.
Yeah. So, all those people are gone. So only the people that were like actually, all the people that are left are people that probably owe their lives to the person who, whose picture is now up on the wall.
Okay. Barry is going to walk up to the revelers and say, he's going to basically try to make sure that it's cool that that we're coming in to drink, and he's going to ask for a few stories about the person that passed, just to make sure that we're here, but it doesn't mean that we don't care.
Okay, so who is actually going with Barry on his... He saw something that, led him in this direction. Who went with him? Lucette saw something that caused her to go off in a different direction. Are we breaking off into our usual pairs, or does anyone want to split up differently?
Well, it sounded like that Mahai was following Hydra. So this is going to be a 3-1 split.
All right.
Barry's off, and no one's keeping an eye on him.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Well, one of the
decide
two of
who
us.
I would feel the greater need to keep an eye on, but I think it would be Barry that I felt I need to keep an eye on, because Lucette didn't make any deals with armed smugglers that got me in trouble.
It's a good point.
Oh, I did say I'm following Micah until I'm instructed to do otherwise. So
Okay, I'll tell Mai Tai that he should follow Lucette. Just make sure everything's fine. We shouldn't split up here by ourselves.
and I will of course respond in the most barely perceivable passive aggressive response, but you definitely know it's a passive aggressive response. Like if that's what you, okay, if that's my orders.
Those are your orders. That's what I asked for.
And I go with that.
All right. So, Hydra, you are hearing stories about how this guy once did a static line jump onto the top of one of these boring machines that had gone off course and stopped it before it could undermine one of the extraction rigs on the surface.
That Sounds incredibly dangerous.
It was. And some of the people that were on that rig are here now drinking.
Hmm.
But you can only do that kind of thing so many times before the odds catch up with you. And that's why it was a closed casket funeral.
Hmm. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. No, this should be a Mike voice, not a Barry voice. Barry would keep his mouth shut for that kind of thing. Like, yeah, that's the kind of thing where you could get chewed up and spat out in many different directions.
And he was. So, sorry, you want to give me rapport?
Yes, please. Just to see if Barry can. Once Barry's made sure that they know that he's cool, kind of thing, and they're listening, he's gonna try to keep an ear out for if there's any shady business going on or anything like that. There we go, dice. Thank you very much. That is a 6 for rapport. A fantastic. +8 if there's anyone trying to lie, and or also 8 if there's anything dangerous involved for this also.
It'll be a +6. What you get is that the people here are really frustrated. They're pulling material out of the ground, and they're doing it cheaper than you could by sending out mining ships into the belt to go prospecting and look for it, because they already know this deposit is here and it's huge. But at the same time, they know that there's a big vein of stuff just like right under them, right? But they keep sinking more exploratory shafts and excavating large holes into the ground for no apparent purpose. It's like the work orders they are getting keep suggesting that they're looking for additional pockets that they can exploit, but they're already not exploiting the strikes they've made to their full potential.
Barry will casually ask, like, what happens to the holes that get bored that come up dry that they seem to be doing for no reason?
They leave them.
So just open holes, not backfilled in or anything?
For the big ones, they cap them.
Barry makes a mental note. Something may be being hidden or stored down there. Extra equipment. Barry's devious mind is basically assuming that these extraneous holes that are for no purpose are probably where some of the embezzlement funds are being stored, or weapons caches, or like other shady business things.
All right, cut to Team Corporate Security.
Hurrah!
All right, Lucette, give me a rapport roll.
what's my task? So before I engage whatever folk, I'm gonna like, hang back and observe.
There is a drinking contest underway.
Shots.
This is why Lisette found this bar.
So I have a question.
Yes.
If I were for Lisette, if I were to suggest you not do that, would that make you more likely to do it or less likely to do it?
As much as she wants to go be rowdy and drink, she does know that we're currently on a job. Like
right.
and getting plastered is not going to be good for investigating. Like she's not completely uninhibited.
I would like to try to convince her not to do this.
All right. Well, she hasn't committed to doing it.
Right. No, I understand. As soon as it's one of those things, as soon as I see the drinks, it's like my eyes and the camera pan towards Lisette.
And she is eyeing the drinkers, but she does hang back. And Acer, I would like to roll empathy to create an advantage to kind of read the room.
All right.
Ooh, wow, that wasn't super great. That is a 3.
Let's see. 1 second.
That is using my stunt of bartender's ear.
Wait, you got a plus 3?
3.
Okay, so they got a. Oh no, my humanities degree is failing me. They got a 2. So you created an advantage. What kind of advantage would you like to create?
Know
all the angles. How about that?
Sure. That sounds.
Roll a sand check. You know all the angles.
The non-Euclidean angles.
I would like to create an advantage.
All right.
To of maintaining discipline.
Stay on target.
On that leash.
Stay on target.
Stay on target. Would I be able to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Or would I be able to try? I should say.
Oh yeah, look at the team of the 2 worst rollers. This is good.
I know, right?
That's why we're sequestering you.
Just beat a 0.
Oh wait, this is discipline?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a 3.
All right. You succeed with style. Stay on target is your aspect or your advantage.
All right. The first and last good roll probably for tonight.
You get 2 free invokes of that. Which I assume you're going to constantly be passing to Lucette. All right, how do you want to play this? They are drinking. The person who is currently winning the drinking contest is a lady who looks like she's probably about 6 foot tall at least. Sort of darker skin tone, very short cropped military haircut. She just keeps knocking back shots and then staring down the competition.
Lucette's gonna go to the bar and get the weakest beer she can find, because you look weird if you don't have a drink in hand at the bar. And then she's going to try easing into the conversation around the drinking contest and try striking up a chat with those kind of gathered for this.
All right. Now give me that rapport roll.
All right. Oh no. All right, I'm gonna spend a fate point for that advantage.
Oh no, you get the advantage for free.
Ah, good. Yes. Because I need it. But I think I'll still spend a fate point for to tie my aspect public relations, because boy do I need it. Actually, no, I'm going to spend the fate point of reroll with the same thing, because I rolled 3 negatives in a blank.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, odds
So
are
we're gonna-
pretty good that you're gonna get better.
Yeah, so I'm like, why am I trying to add to this mess?
Yeah.
All right, that's better. It's not good, but it's better. So that is all total of 5.
All right. Well, that's superb. You are able to get that the lady who is drinking the entire bar under the table is named Lita Klein. She is the best known of Fullerton's troubleshooters. A title which appears to be quite literal. She has a heavy blaster pistol.
And she's doing shots.
And she's doing shots. She has been known for her reputation as somebody who goes in and will take anyone out that her bosses designate as a target, and anyone standing relatively close to them.
Ooh. A real teddy bear. So she will sidle back up to Mahau and indicate the tall, drinky lady. It's one of Fullerton's troubleshooters, Lita Klein, a real dangerous character, apparently.
Would I be able to size her up?
Do you have empathy?
No.
Notice?
I have notice. Yes.
Sure. Go ahead and give me notice. Do you want to roll to overcome or to create advantage?
The creative advantage.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 0.
Yeah, you get nothing.
She doesn't look that tough.
You know what? You're right. I'm going to go and have a drink with her. See if I can get her talking.
I like this.
Getting that negative decompression in early, eh?
Is this like I just look, stare, and don't do any? I was like, don't react to the statement at all. just not even engaging. Just right. I will follow your lead, I suppose.
That's good. I might need some backup if this goes poorly. Also, this is going to go poorly.
All right. What kind of role would you like to use for this social interaction?
I mean, I'd like to use tactics, but I don't know if that's really viable here.
That is not viable.
I would like to pilot.
I'm going to tell you,
I would like to pilot this drink into my mouth.
my 3 highest stats are gunnery, tactics, and fighting. So social is not really Lucett's strong point.
I mean, I think that's why we're in this situation.
All right, give me a rapport roll.
I was gonna say athletics for enduring the drinking. That's the same bonus. It doesn't matter. Oh, goodness.
Oh.
I'm spending another fate point. We're going to re-roll that 0.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Did it get worse?
Yeah.
Oh no.
So I started with 2 negatives and 2 blanks, re-rolled, got 3 blanks and 1 negative. I've got 1 more fate point. I guess I could spend it to try getting better than that.
I
could
mean,
still do worse.
I mean, if you need to roll better than 0, then if +2 doesn't, I have a feeling this interaction is not going to go well. This won't be our last rapport roll. I assure you.
I'm re-rolling 1 more time. We're gonna try. So, what do you think I got?
-4.
I'm hoping
-1.
all pluses. I'm expecting all minuses.
So we started at 0. Got worse. With my modifier, we're back to 0 because I rolled 2 negatives and 2 blanks again. So back to the first roll again.
Okay.
So it's not going to be good.
So Mai Tai,
Mm-hmm.
what do you do when Lucette gets arrested?
Oh no.
Who does? Wait, does she get arrested by the troubleshooter?
She gets arrested by everyone in the bar because you are in a bar with Fullerton corporate security. Like, it's all everybody drinking here is the corporate cops. And as she walks up to have a drink with her, there's this like hindbrain twinge of fearful recognition. As you remember, you did a job with this woman. It did not go well. You changed sides shortly thereafter. I will give you a fate point. As she raises a finger and points at you and goes, "You treacherous bitch."
My reaction is like stark shock. It's like this is not within the training. This was not part of the Shinsōmizu training. So probably a dumbfounded look is all you're getting right now.
I was honestly hoping that you just pick up Luzette bodily and run out.
I will text Mai Tai, how are things going? It's boring here. Just awake.
As Lucette is splashing her drink on the woman.
And I'm like with stark this shocked look on my face, and I'm still like I just pick up my phone in front of and start typing.
No, so she points her finger, like starts drawing her piece. Everybody with a gun pulls at about the same time. You hear like the rapid fire cocking of a whole bunch of blaster pistols, a couple of blaster rifles, at least one flechette gun.
I guess my question is, do I feel as though she's about to get arrested, or do I feel as though she's about to get mowed down in the hell of gunfire?
It could go either way.
Well, I would like to roll to see if I can tell which way it's going.
All right. But as that's happening, and they're like everybody's staring down their sights, then your like phone buzzes like twice.
And so I imagine all the people that have guns pointed at Lisette, and they all look at me in like unison.
Are you gonna get that?
Yeah, I am.
You give him the 1 second gesture. Hold on, I gotta take this.
Hold on.
Give me a notice roll.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's pretty good, actually. 4.
Nice.
All right.
Very nice.
So, pissed off as they all look, the people around you do recognize that their nominal boss is about 6 feet away from their target. And who knows? Maybe they all grew up playing like 3.5 or something, because they all know that shooting into melee is a bad idea.
They don't teach you that in the army, just in D&D.
Yeah.
D&D.
Yep.
I'm definitely splashing my beer on her. Cause I've got this weak watery beer, and there's that pause, like everyone pulls guns, we stand there in silence for a second, and then just after a beat, splash.
And then I type in everything's fine.
Is Luzette half cat? I can totally picture her contemptuously, slowly pushing Lita's drink off the bar and just shoving, like, sweeping it off the bar top.
This was a moment of
Maintaining eye
spite.
contact.
Absolutely. This was a moment of spite where it's like, well, I'm pretty hosed anyway.
It's like
Fuck it.
we're here as part of we're supposed to be here as Draconis forces, so I think you should stand down. And it's like a staring competition.
All right. So give me a provoke roll or rapport.
Like, I have neither one of those, so it's gonna be great.
Oh, Barry really should have gone with Lizette.
Yeah, I
So-
think we're the ones with the social skills.
I have my reports a +2. I just rolled negative.
Report? Yeah, that's the problem. We have to treat all our stats as if they're -2. So I have rolled a 0. I would like to spend a fate point to tag my take action as honor demands to give myself a +2.
All
I
right.
would like that too.
Well, you can pick her up at the station.
Oh, and also I will tag one of my discipline, like stay on target.
Oh boy.
A +4.
All right. Things just went from bad to worse.
Oh, good.
Excellent.
And
But it went to worse as a whatever success. Don't forget that.
meanwhile, Barry is looking over to Mike and like, so how are the kids doing on their own?
Mai Tai says he's doing fine, so I guess we can just hang out at this wake all night.
Okay, yeah.
Rob, John, roll athletics.
All right.
My best stat.
I have a 3.
Would my public relations aspect come in handy?
I'm sorry, it will not.
Even if it's public relations in quotes?
Yes, it will not.
All right, that is a 3.
All right. Lucette, you take 3 points of damage.
Oh no.
And Mahao takes 2 points of damage as they begin firing.
All right. This one I'm going to check. Do mild consequences recover slower, or they recover the same rate?
They recover at the same rate, so they're cleared.
Okay. Oh, I'm going to use my mild consequence since they recover faster than the stress boxes. I have 2 of them, so.
I'm using my mild consequence I just got back to be singed and still take 1 point of stress.
Okay. What would you like to do now?
I'm gonna kick over a table and take cover. Because that seems like not getting shots really high on my priority list right now.
All right. So give me a create advantage roll. I guess that would be athletics.
Could it be tactics?
Sure.
Is it gunnery?
It is not gunnery.
Roll rigging.
Well, if it's tactics, that's a 3. Because I have a +3 in tactics.
Ouch. All right. You do not create advantage. As you are kicking the table over, it is splintered by a flechette round.
Well, the advantage is you did not get hit by the flechette round.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
The flechette round is a cloud of hypervelocity needles. That
Everything is fine.
were propelled by an electromagnetic accelerator. that
Good
is now-
old Gauss rifles.
that is now being recharged for another go.
Acer, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Can I spend a fate point to have one of the corporate security cops text one of the people at the wake to to let them know that there's an active shooting going on, avoid this area or something like that?
Oh no, you
I-
don't have to do that.
It's on YouTube.
No, it's across the street.
I mean,
Oh.
it's gunfire. We didn't go to it. Fullerton probably has 2 roads, Main Street and Fullerton Avenue.
Yeah, it's across the street. You can see the other bar through the window, and you can see it a
So-
lot easier now.
I like this play out
Because
of
there's no
moments.
more window.
I like the timing here. So it's like, how is everything? Everything's fine.
Blam, blam, blam.
So, whose turn is it?
It's your turn, John.
I am going to create an advantage as well. And it's going to be sort of I do a dive roll and then do a flip, it's like a roll turn backwards, and I backflip over the bar to where the bartender is and duck down back there. Or at least that's what the attempt is.
All right.
To create a advantage of athletics. All right, so my athletics is 3, and I'm using my stunt Shinsōmizu warrior training to give me a +2, so I have a +5.
All right. You succeed with style.
All right.
2 free invokes of better part of valor.
All right, so that's what I'm doing.
All right. Lose it. Okay, wait. Actually, first, Barry and Micah.
Hello.
What would you like to do now that it looks like a pitched gun battle has just broken out next door? Or across the street, rather.
What kind of authority do we have here as part of the DVG?
You would be considered probably law enforcement auxiliaries.
So I would have the authority to wade in and be like, stop this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I would like to do that.
Yeah, Barry is going to say out loud, I'm very glad that we paid for our drinks in advance, and dash out to the with presumably with Micah, to the other bar, and he's going to. Barry's plan, at least, is going to try to use rapport or provoke to calm things down a bit, or at least just create enough of a distraction to let Lizette and Mahal the opportunity to GTFO.
All right, both of you give me notice rolls.
Okay. That is +4, a great.
+3.
All right. You are helped by the fact that it has a spotlight. You're already getting the idea that these aren't your run-of-the-mill rent-a-cops, as this fact is reinforced by your observation of what looks like a large ground effect vehicle.
Oh.
Floating above the ground. It's probably about the size of a main battle tank.
I did not pack a rocket launcher for this.
The light is the light is coaxially mounted to a turret-mounted weapon. It looks like some sort of heavy rapid-fire blaster.
I don't suppose I can see if it's set to stun from my distance, can I?
Yes, it is set to stun. Stun dragon.
Lusette's not quite dragon-sized, right? Just to make sure.
No, she's actually quite petite.
No, Lita may be dragon-sized, but Lucette, nope.
Yeah, I mean, we're pilots. I don't think any of us are large people.
Yeah.
Okay, so this spotlight that's coaxially mounted to a mounted weapon is shining into the bar now, you say?
Yes.
To shreds, you say?
I mean, I'm going to assume it's not going to shoot its own people. I hope.
I mean, we literally just came from an encounter last session where this exact thing happened.
But I assume not every single person follows the same rules for the engagement. At least I would hope that they don't all follow them. I mean, they can't all be Ethan Hartwell.
So Barry at the very least is so someone's manning the turret right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Barry's gonna try to talk to the guy and figure out what's about to go down, because that may influence what Barry does.
Give me a rapport roll.
Okay.
Tell me what your approach is going to be.
Conciliatory and trying to diffuse the situation. Like, hello, officer. Wow. Don't suppose you're planning on firing that into a bar of presumably your own people, are you?
The direct approach.
Yep. Blanked out on the dice, so that's a 4.
All right. He says no, but if they run this way, I'll gun them the fuck down.
Them as in the cops, or them as in the people the cops are fighting?
Anyone who runs this way is going to get an ass full of laser.
Okay, could you not? I mean, that thing sat on stun, right?
Yeah.
I mean, please tell me this mining town isn't in the business of mowing down people in the streets just because of a fucking bar fight.
Look, I do what the boss tells me.
I'm just imagining like you're having this philosophical argument while there are like bullets flying everywhere.
Yep. Okay, okay, Tony Danza, who the fuck is the boss?
I I would like to wade in.
Okay.
And I have my white cane.
And
So
your laser cane.
they can't see the laser part.
So, full disclosure, if Barry is just keeping the guy in the turret occupied by talking to him and keeping him distracted, mission accomplished.
Yeah, you give you're giving Micah advantage.
And I'm gonna just
Or-
start.
You create an advantage for Micah.
Sorry.
Yes.
I'm gonna just start yelling for them to stop shooting. For everyone in the bar to stop shooting.
All right, give me a rapport or provoke.
I'm gonna give you a rapport. I'm better at that. Let's see. I'm going to spend a fate point to take that to +8.
Holy shit!
Just to be sure.
Nice.
I'm tagging veteran pilot. I'm used to yelling at people and expecting them to listen to me.
All right, so here's the situation as you see it. The commander just brought out her parade ground voice. I think Mike will back me up here that there are just some people who have perfected this voice that no matter how loud the situation is, they just manage to be heard.
Yep.
And usually it like conveys a great deal of displeasure. You don't like know, you might not even know who the person is, but you just have like this visceral response of like, shit, what just
Yeah,
It- did God just yell at me?
it's the sound of being caught by parents that are very disappointed in what they've found you doing. That came out a lot pervier sounding than I was expecting.
Did it?
Yeah.
Did it really?
But yeah, like, you know, most sergeants major.
Mm.
It's like they're issued the, you know, when they get the rank, they get the voice.
Oh, believe me. There are many a warrant officer that practices the voice and the tone so that when they become master warrants, they can deploy it.
But everyone just stops. And in that moment, Lucette and Mai Tai, you realize it's now or never.
Okay. Well, I do like a handspring over the bar, land, like probably unnecessarily close to Lita, and straighten out my lapel with a quick tug at the front of my outfit, and then
Straighten your tie.
and like straighten my tie up, and then say after you, zombie.
You're probably going to still want to roll athletics.
Okay. Is this for the flipper or what?
This is for the leaving.
The leaving? Okay. All right, so that's a 4.
Okay. She did create an advantage for you, so that's a 6.
All right.
Lucette.
Lucette is a little less dignified than her compatriot. As soon as there's a break, she is going to bodily throw herself through the shot-out window.
Does she say whoop, 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 whoop?
With a +3, she might. Plus the advantage is 5.
All right. You get a little scraped up on the way out. But everybody give me notice.
Three.
Ooh,
One.
I am. With the way things have been going, I am going to spend fate point, and yeah, I'll re-roll because -2 on the dice. Odds are pretty good that I'll get better than that. I'm spending another fate point because so the first was me using Devil's Own Luck, and Devil's Own Luck has decided, like, no, this is going to be funnier. So I'm going to use Bait and Switch instead for Barry to try to notice what's happening, because one of the blanks turned into another minus.
Oh, your danger sense will also apply.
Oh, sweet. That is good to know. Okay, that is much, much better. So that is a 6 now, after spending 2 fate points.
That's a 1 from me. That's a 1.
It's a 1.
Full disclosure to Acer, I am out of fate points.
Micah got a 3.
Yep.
And Mahao got a what?
I got a 1.
All right.
Sean, we gotta stop doing this.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I spent the fate points, because I want to make sure that someone notices what's going to happen.
All right. Micah and Barry, you can both roll athletics.
Oh, you're gunned down by that machine gun.
I got a 2.
Athletics, you say?
Yes.
+3.
All right. So Mahao and Lucette, you take. Let's see.
All of the damage.
You take 3 points of damage.
I guess
Yeah.
I wasn't distracting enough from the turret guy.
No, you actually were.
Oh.
You take 3.
There was another one.
They take 3 points of damage as the tank explodes.
Oh!
Is there anything I can do to reduce that?
I mean, consequences, I guess.
Consequences.
Well, I'm going to use another mild consequence. Is this a new scene or the same scene?
Same scene.
All right, I'm going to use my second mild consequence.
I use my moderate. So my mild is singed from the near hit of blaster fire.
Moderate
And I-
is lightly exploded.
Very singed.
So I'm confused from the sudden actions from before, and now I'm concussed, maybe.
All right. So
I'm blown back in through the window.
Oh, no.
adding insult to injury, you see the shape above you on its rudder fins. It's a gator, and it has Tachyon Squadron markings.
What a dick.
And goes zooming away. From farther up the valley, you see a flash and a boom. And then all of a sudden, your radios start squawking.
I turn an ear to the comm bead or whatever.
Yeah, start listening.
Tiki Flight, you down there?
Yep.
We thought that was you. This is Forger. Toad just took out Big Jammer up on the hill. Looks like we've got a real big problem. There's a shuttle coming down to pick you guys up.
All right. We'll be ready.
Okay. Does that have anything to do with the tank that just got exploded right in front of us?
Yeah, you're welcome.
I mean they lived, I guess. Ooh, Lucettes. We're gonna need a medic for Lucette.
Lucette is looking pretty badly off. She's probably sitting in the road, and she's doing that thing where like you sit up and sort of groggily check all your limbs to make sure like you're mostly intact, like nothing's missing, nothing's like no compound fractures, no
Yeah.
digits are all in place.
Walk it off, zombie.
All right.
Barry is going to, in a rapport kind of way, so he'll like Forager will know like, oh, I fucked up. Like, hey Forager, next time you blow up a grav tank to protect your fellow unit, make sure that the people you're trying to protect aren't right next to the thing that you're blowing up.
I'll make a note of it.
So what shape, like the set look really bad off, or is this like she's
It hurts a
moving?
lot. I mean, like a lot. She's not like there are no broken bones, but you're pretty sure she's got like 2nd-degree burns.
She's double
Oh, yeah.
singed.
All right, is there any vehicles nearby?
No, but well, there's
There's a shuttle incoming.
I mean,
Yeah.
not okay. The shuttle's coming to where we're at. We're not having to go somewhere to.
no. There's a husk of a tank. As far as vehicles go.
You can push it.
That's scrap metal. I was actual vehicles. Okay, well, if the shuttle can land here, never mind then.
Alright.
What skill would first aid be?
That skill will have to be looked up, but right now it is let the medic do it.
Okay, as long as there's a medic on the shuttle or something, like Barry probably would have started rushing over to the wake bar and like try to grab a first aid kit from there or something like that.
They have
But-
booze for disinfectant, at least.
Yeah, that's what that's for. So you are able to keep an eye out for the shuttle, which comes in with all of its lights off. And I guess for the heck of it, it's one of the door gunners opens up on the bar. And then you realize, oh, wait, those people that were in there, some of them are still alive, and they're still kind of angry.
What
But-
did you guys do?
Say that again, Megan?
What did you guys do?
We told them we were in the Draconis Defense Force.
I walked up to someone to have a drink. She called me a bitch, and then everyone pulled out guns.
That seems like an overreaction.
I believe Lita recognized the zombie from someplace, at least from her expression.
Yeah, we were coworkers.
Your
At a
severance
point.
package was not great.
Yeah, we did not separate on good terms.
The shuttle hits the deck real hard. It drops its ramp, and you are hustled aboard before being lifted back into the air.
Barry is kind of idly going like, geez, and I thought that the people I parted with on bad terms recently were bad enough. Holy moly. Tachyon Squadron, make a note of this. We do not split the party.
Things went well enough.
Like, as they're running for the shuttle, Usashi has a hand on her pistol. Like she's really debating, just like taking some parting shots as they go.
I would like to use the one stay on target. The put my hand on the arm hand that's on the gun and try to.
I hand a bottle of space Canadian whiskey to Lucette so she can have a different kind of parting shot.
She will take a swig and not turn around and create more trouble at this time. Partly at the insistence of her squad, partly because she doesn't fully understand the situation they walked into. It's like she went for cover instead of just firing back, which what kind of authority I can get away with? Like, at what point am I just like shooting legitimate authority and just making more trouble? Like, it's
At this point, we're at it.
You passed that point.
Right. The point.
So
Yeah.
it's a very short flight, just pretty much long enough for them to slap some bandages on you and give you a couple of very nice feeling injections.
do I recover physical stress from these injections?
No, your moderate goes down to a mild as your other mild goes away.
Yeah. So my mouths will go away.
Yep.
Nice.
So the shuttle lands at what looks like the remnants of a very bad riot. If the rioters were equipped with flamethrowers and anti-tank rockets.
Wow.
So, yeah, this is what we tried to call you about, and then we found out about the jamming. The gunner on the shuttle says, as he points to your fighters, which still miraculously are intact.
Looks like we're the only ones having a party then. The fuck is going on around here?
Well, we found out what was going on here. It looks like somebody had some surprises waiting for us.
Would they happen to have a whole bunch of extra material hidden in the mines that they were using to throw off the shindig?
Ah, so that's where they came from, huh?
That's what I'm figuring. Yeah, long story. It's not a long story, but Barry doesn't want to explain it again.
All right. You're probably going to want to get in the air, like yesterday.
Yeah, I went to my trip. The small talk was that's for other people.
Yep. That'll be as you land. They'll drop the ramp, and you guys are going to take off as quickly as you can, I assume.
Yep.
Yep.
Lucette has some frustration to take out. So, yeah, she is ready to get behind the throttle.
Yeah. I took a stress, so this has been difficult for me.
There's been some Mahao experienced mild annoyance. This cannot be borne.
You made me bleed my own blood.
So, yes, Tiki Flight will take back to the air as it turns out that above you, it looks like a major battle is developing.
Fun.
That'll be good.
As luck would have it, I've got some rockets that I'm just itching to use.
All right. So, next time, you guys are going to be in a furball. But for now, that has been Gold Wings, Black Skies. Around the table, we've had John.
Hi, I'm John, and I was playing Mahao Mahai, a skilled pilot that fights for his family's honor. You can find me on Twitter as SleepySleypy.
Rob.
Hi, I'm Rob. I was playing Lucette Zombie Forrester, a daring flyer from an industrial world. You can find me on Twitter at BooDay.
Mike.
Hi everyone, I was playing Barry Catfish Namazuko, and you can find me on Twitter at Tokan. That's Tokkan.
And Megan.
Hi, this is Megan. I'm playing Commander Micah Drexler. You can find me on Twitter at Curium247.
This is Acer. You can find me on Twitter at Acer_Tolentino. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time. Until then, this is Gold Wings Black Skies signing off.
Bye.
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 Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
See ya, Space Cowboy.